This holiday season, I'm starting up a charity to give blankets to a guy named Luke. The charity's called Lukewarm. So welcome to the penultimate book haul of the year for 2022. And I got many books to show you, but first let's take a quick trip with me to 2nd and Charles. Why not? Let's go. I'm out exploring and hunting for the best pizza in my new hometown. And since 2nd and Charles is right by the place I'm going to check out, I thought I'd check out 2nd and Charles to check out more than just the pizza checkout. I forgot what a pain in the ass 2nd and Charles is. And so this will be my last stop here. I did get a couple of things, but man, they want you to subscribe to magazines. They want you to take surveys. They want you to text the name to get 10% off. It's so many hoops at the very end that they ask you to jump through. It's so annoying. You're swatting their questions away like they're mosquitoes at a campfire, and you just can't. Oh man, it's just, oh, no wonder the parking lot in front of the store is totally empty, and no wonder there was nobody in the store. I will never be in that store again. It's just a really crappy shopping experience. Wasn't that just a mess? But we'll move on, and we're gonna get into the books, and we'll try to find the good in that visit, and there was some good. First up is Illusions by Richard Bach. Ever have a teacher that actually reaches through and gets through to you? They're very rare. They probably don't really exist. It just depends on what mood you're in. But I had a teacher, Mr. Zolfo, when I was at a high school on the south side of Chicago. He introduced me to Illusions by Richard Bach, a book I gobbled up and loved because it was one of the first times I came across a very different perspective, a different way to look at the world, a different way to think about who is successful, why are they successful, what are you doing, what path are you on. It just kind of one of those books that cracked open your skull and poured in a bunch of new thoughts. And I loved it, and I didn't have a really good copy. I actually bought a paperback edition of this book from a thrift shop, and like half of it was torn out in the middle. So you could call this like popcorn philosophy. You can make jokes about it. A lot of people might feel it's a bit new agey. I think it was originally published in like 1977. So I was a kid when I read it, and I didn't understand all the baggage that might come with it, but I liked the point. There's a parable in this book that's really interesting. It's one of those things that just stuck with me. And when I saw this on eBay for $10, it's a hardcover gift edition. They normally come with a slipcase. This one didn't have a slipcase. $10 free shipping for a book that I want to read it again. It's very thin, very generous print margins here. You know, it's a very quick read, but something just to give you another way to look at things. Turn them upside down, float them around in your head, in your brain soup. So, Illusions by Richard Bach. If anybody out there has read it, let me know what you think. Did it leave an impression that's carried through the years for you, like it did for me? Or maybe I'm just a fool. Maybe I'm just a fool. The full title of the book is Illusions: The Adventures of a Reluctant Messiah. It's about a guy who's an airplane mechanic, and he's repairing his airplane, and he meets this other guy who's an airplane mechanic flyer guy. He's flying his plane, and the guy behaves just a little differently. And turns out he's a messiah, and he's on the run from the world. He just wants to be left alone. Reluctant Messiah. That's all I'm going to say about it. Go check it out. It's not horror. It's not literary. Like I said, it's a little bit of new agey. Up next is a book I should start reading tomorrow. Advent by Daniel Pyle. He is a friend of the channel, and he asked if he could send me this book. I said, yes, you can send me a book, because I like it when people send me books. And he signed it to me, to the dude. To Jeff, have a very scary Christmas. If you've seen any of my lives, then you've seen this book already. I did a very special live to talk about it. But I thought it was worth including in the haul to remind you all about it. And a lot of people don't watch my lives. So these videos, these book haul videos, have a little more gas in the tank. So get it. It's 24 Christmas-themed horror stories that you're supposed to read one a day. That's what an Advent calendar is. Jeez. Starting December 1st all the way to Christmas. That's how it works. Came with this cool little bookmark with the 25th, of December circled there for you. Next is the 30th anniversary edition of Snow Crash by Neal Stephenson. Never read anything by Neal Stephenson, and normally a book like this would probably just pass me by. But somebody said if you like Neuromancer, you will like this book. And there's quite a solid fan base for this novel, and I loved Neuromancer. So I had to try it, and this bookstore, university bookstore out of Seattle, was having Neal Stephenson for an evening of chats and signings. So they were selling this hardcover, brand new. I dig that title treatment at the published price, but with the bonus element of being signed by the author, apparently, who is maybe a little stingy with that signature. I can't verify that. I can neither confirm nor disconfirm that rumor. But this is a very nice trade edition. I believe it has bonus material, a new forward or introduction, and I'm very interested in reading it. So it's on the TBR. I have so much on my TBR, but it's on there because I loved Neuromancer, like I said. I also loved Blind Sight. And those two books are sort of similar in my view. I think I liked Blind Sight a lot better, a lot more, or just more. So we'll see. Either I like it and I enjoy having this on my shelf for many years to come, or I'm like, and I'll find someone who really loves it and wants a signed edition. And the last two books in my haul are the two that I got when I went to Second and Charles. What a disastrous visit that was. But it yielded two interesting volumes. First up, Queen of Bedlam, the only Matthew Corbett book I was missing. I have Speaks the Nightbird, all the Levidian trade paperbacks, and then King of Shadows. But I didn't have this one. This is the second book in the series, following up Speaks the Nightbird. So I needed this in order to continue reading the Matthew Corbett series. And apparently this is a really good one. I'm not, again, I guess this is the one where Matthew Corbett comes into his own. The boy becomes a man. Really finds his legs as an investigator. This is a rough and tumble book. I don't know if that's sort of a remainder copy mark on the spine, but this definitely screams reading copy, and it was cheap. It was $6. So happy to have it. And then the last book was one from an author recommended to me on this channel, and that author is S. Craig Zahler. This book is Mean Business on North Ganson Street. Craig Zahler did Bone Tomahawk, so we talked a lot about him on my channel for that movie, which I loved. And Philip Fracassi and others mentioned that he's a great author in his own right, and I should check that. I guess there's another movie, Dragged Across Concrete, or Riot in Cell Block 99, or something like that. I'm butchering them all, I know. But when I saw Mean Business on North Ganson Street, and I read the dust jacket flap about a cop investigating murder of a cop, and this cop is a disgraced cop who switched forces to get away from a bad record in wherever he was from, and he goes over to this new police force, and then he investigates a series of cop murders that are super grisly. So it's intriguing, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Because when my friends, I don't like saying fans, when my friends every Monday night recommend books, damn, I take that stuff seriously. Although they got me to buy The Store by Bentley Little, so I'm just a sucker, I guess. Well, that's it. That's the November book haul. Will there be a December book haul? I don't know. What's December going to be like, you know? Maybe busy, man. I got stuff to do. We'll see. We'll worry about December when we're at the end of December, wondering where December went. But until then, here's my non-corporate BS ending. Be good to each other. Be nice to each other. Enjoy the holidays. Stay warm, but also stay frosty.
If you listen closely, you could probably hear it scream.
Okay.
Really?
You're not going to show this to anybody, are you?
That took way too long.
You take that. You take that. You take